Good evening. My name is John, and this is the Homestead Diary. We are out in the yard this evening taking a walk around, and it's probably 85 degrees because southern Missouri, and global warming, climate change, global cooling, chemtrails, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's hot out. We haven't had rain in over a month since May, and it's July 4th. Woohoo! And so we had hot dogs for supper, and we're playing drink the beer because that's what you do on the 4th of July. And my wife is taking a walk with the chickens. You might be able to see her there. There's a lot of chickens running around. Anyway, I seem a little out of it maybe because I have a cold. And I don't think I've had a cold since March of 2020. Isn't that interesting? We have a public health crisis, quote unquote, and all of a sudden I'm not sick for how long? Very interesting indeed. Oh wow, look at all the peaches. I don't know, it's a little disconcerting though because I have become accustomed to not being sick. And some might say, oh, well, it's because of that thing that people wear on their face all the time and that protects you. Interesting. But no, because I refuse to, because I'm willing to not watch mainstream media and think a little bit for myself. And I know there are a lot of people, God bless them, who grew up on mainstream media and they just listen, and they do what they're told. And I guess if they're happy, that's cool. It's America, You do you, as they say. But so I'm just kind of wandering around. We're going to check the fence line because things seem to be grounded out at the moment. And the puppy just got into the fencing and didn't get shocked. And so probably has something to do with me fencing off the Jerusalem artichokes about a week ago with electric fence. And I probably did something wrong. Whatever, we'll figure it out. We're fortunate. We have good animals, good livestock guardian dogs, and good security, generally speaking. And so, whether it's the four-legged variety or the two-legged variety, not too worried. We can take care of what we got, and we can keep what we got. Our main problem is chickens. Let's see why? Because we've got pullets. We have 5 pullets remaining from the original 14. And they decide when they go in the garden and not us, apparently. And so there are 2 that I'm going to open up the fence for, if I can finagle that. And I'm going to try to flank them and make them think that it's a good idea to leave the garden. So let's see what happens as we go around. See, they're here in the garden eating stuff. Boom! Boom! Are they running? Yes, they are. They are running. And there we go. Chickens out of the garden. So, it's all good. We are taken care of. There are a couple of theories of disease. One of those is the virus theory, which we're all familiar with. That's what we're taught in school, is there's something outside your body that comes in and makes you sick. And not a bacteria, because that's different. That's more of a contamination, but a virus like this living being, not necessarily sentient, but a living being outside of yourself that comes in and tries to wreak all sorts of havoc on your body. And some people are more susceptible than others, but, whatever. So there's that theory, and then there's the virus theory, the germ theory, same thing. Then there's terrain theory. Now, terrain theory is more of a different sort of thing where your body, as time goes on, encounters different things in the environment and creates different buildups of whether it's toxins or depletions of different minerals or vitamins, that sort of thing. And your body doesn't get attacked by a virus. It develops what is thought of as a virus, but is more of a condition where your body says, the terrain of my system needs to be altered in some manner. And so we are going to exhibit certain symptoms which medical science classifies as a virus, because they're practicing. It's a medical practice. And so in their practice, they don't really know. They just think that it could be this or it could be that. And so based on this classification, they assign it a particular title, a particular name, because that's what they've been taught to do. And that's all well and good. That system works really, really good for making money, but doesn't necessarily address underlying conditions a lot of times. They're pretty good these days about talking about diet and saying, hey, the reason why you got this thing going on or that thing going on, maybe because you eat too many cheeseburgers. And I think there's something to be said for that. But a cold, I don't know. I'm still learning about the whole terrain theory thing, but it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting idea to me. And who knows? It might be that my body is preparing for something, because I haven't been sick for 2.5 years, which these days people think is really weird. Oh, well, you got this variant and that variant, and now we're going back to the hospital with that and that and that, and there's all kinds of nonsense and fear-mongering going on. And maybe it's just your body saying, we have something big coming up. There's something that we need to handle. And it's going to take you fully recharged. I mean, fully firing on all cylinders. And so you've been running 75%, 80% for a while, and you've been doing okay. You've been getting by. Well, now you need to be able to run 100%. And you need to do that for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month and a half, whatever that might be. That could be what's going on. We have big things going in our lives, big changes. And not like I'm going to talk about them on YouTube because upset, bro, or whatever. But there are some people that don't need to know. And those people that do need to know, you'll be told. And so, yeah, the cold, the sniffles, whole family's sick for a little while, but we'll be okay. I mean, it's just the cold or whatever. And interesting how early on it was very, very, very serious. And now it's like, it's just like it was before. You get the sniffles, it goes away. Whatever. Anyway, I won't be getting any shots anytime soon, especially not for that. Oh, look, a fly. Anyway, the dragonflies have been going off all day today. It was like 95 degrees, and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're in the pool underneath the sunshade, enjoying some cool water, and just fellowship with the family, having a good time, and dragonflies everywhere. And so, I didn't realize that in a place like this, where it hasn't rained in a month, almost a month and a half, and super dry, that there'd be so many dragonflies. Anyway, total aside, it's a pleasant evening now, and we hope y'all have a blessed day.